Welcome back to Unless You Live Hardcore. I'm Kyle Forsyth here with the co-host Jake Ford.
What's going on, dude?
Not much, just chilling in my hot ass apartment. That's why I have a fan blowing at
Dude,
me,
it
like
is
right
hot
next to
out.
me.
It is
It's
hot as
so hot.
fuck in New York right now too, man. I've been wearing shorts. That's how hot it is. I never wear
Dude.
shorts.
Yeah, I'm wearing shorts too, and I don't wear shorts either. And it's rough because our apartment is the hottest in the whole building because we're on the top floor and it's basically an attic converted into a two-bedroom apartment. And like the rest of the floors feel fine, but like as you're walking up our staircase from the second to the third floor, you can feel it get progressively hotter. And it's
hmm
just like it's a nightmare up here in our apartment.
My room
Uh,
stays like relatively cool, especially if I got a fan going because I'm in like the basement, so that's kind of nice. But yeah, dude, it's fucking blazing outside right now. Like I said, I'm wearing shorts. I feel bad for the poor residents of Bushwick having to see my fucking pasty ass legs walking around the neighborhood. I'm so white, dude. It's disgusting.
yeah.
It's truly
Well,
gross. I need to get
this
some
is
color this
that's how
summer,
you get
dude.
tan. Yeah. You
I
got to
need to
walk
have
around Bushwick with your shorts on.
I need to just have I just need to get more sun, I guess. I'm
Go
just
to the
a
tanning salon.
disgusting. No, I'm not gonna go to the tanning salon, dude. What the hell are you talking about?
You want to get tan, dude? Look hot, man.
I mean, first of all, I'm not gonna get like tan, but
Dude,
like I
no,
need to get a little bit of color.
you gotta get like hot dude tan, like like dudes who post shirtless pictures on Instagram tan, like that level of tan where
I
you look like
mean,
you've been vacationing in Jamaica.
yeah, just laying, just getting sun drunk all day with a margarita
Yeah. Uh-huh. And
and
a coconut.
a nice lounge chair by the pool. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm so pasty. It's really gross. It's also because like I'm never shirtless in the sun either. For sure, I'm not doing that.
You know what doesn't help either is right now you're wearing a white shirt and that just accentuates it.
I mean, yeah, because I'm like only a few shades away from being
Yeah.
truly,
Yeah.
from being truly just a ghost.
Yeah. That it wearing a white shirt because I have the same problem. I'm a very pasty guy, and a white shirt will only accentuate that.
hmm
Is what I've learned.
Black shirts will only accentuate it too,
Yeah, that's true.
because then
But
you just look yin and yang. You just look
yeah,
completely
but with a
opposite.
white shirt, they're just looking at they're like, damn, he almost matches his shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, he just looks like a fucking guy wearing a bed sheet around with the eye holes cut out. That's crazy.
Yeah. Dude, my it's which this is funny, side tangent. Not even. It's so my driver's license when I got it taken, I wore like this like loose collared shirt that I had like unbuttoned, sort of one button at the top. I had it like unbuttoned at the top like by like one button. And then it's like it was like a salmon color almost. And then so my license, if you look at it quickly, looks like I'm not wearing a shirt. And one time an officer pulled me over, took my license, and like they like handed it back to me, and then they came back to my like they started walking away, didn't make it to their car, turned around and walked back to my car before making it to their car, like took like three steps away, and then just turned back and came back to my window. I was like, "Can I see your license again?" And I was like, "Yeah," like, and it spooked me. I was like, "Why do they want to see my license again?" They just looked at it, and like I got it, and they looked at it, and they're like, "Oh, okay." All right, you're wearing a shirt. I thought you weren't wearing a shirt in your license photo. I'm like, you're a cop. You have to know
Yeah.
that's illegal. Like,
Yeah, how do you think,
that's
dude, there's cops at this what is it, Secretary of State? Also, there's
yeah,
always like a cop in there. You think you're gonna get away with being shirtless?
yeah,
Could you imagine fucking get it they're about to take your driver's license photo and you just pop your top in the middle of the fucking Secretary of State? What their
yeah.
reaction would be? I feel like that'd be a federal crime, right?
I
Like
think
they
even
wouldn't take it lightly.
if you walked in with your shirt unbuttoned, they'd tell you to button it up.
Yeah,
Like,
like
I
if you
think,
had like a button shirt and you just had it like all the way down like here, you got like the chest hair flaring out.
yeah, it was so funny, man. That yeah, I've had other people think I wasn't wearing a shirt in it too, who were like checking IDs at a bar or something. I've had bartenders think that, you know.
That's
But
incredible.
when the cop doubled back and came back to my window to check for a second time, I was like, "Yo, it's your fucking job to know that that's not possible." Like, you know. It's like
Well, I feel like he could have looked at it and like thought it was a fake ID. This
that
is like,
would be
is this the
hilarious.
dumbest fake ID of all time? Is this guy not wearing a shirt in his fake
That would
ID?
that'd be hilarious to get a fake ID and put a shirtless photo
Yeah.
of you on it.
That's worse than having one that says McLovin on it.
You're like wearing sunglasses. It was you on the beach, and you just cut the beach out of the background and made it
Hell
look
yeah,
like it was
dude.
at the DMV. Oh man.
It'd be a fun prank to pull on. Because I feel like I somehow still get carded all the time. I feel like I'm young enough to where like, or I look young enough to where like I could get a fake ID like that and then just fuck with people and then be like, here's my real ID though. I'm 30. That'd be
Yeah.
fun. Fun little prank to pull on some
I
door
bet there would
guys.
be some bartender or somebody who would be like, you know what, fuck you, you can leave. Like
Probably.
somebody,
More than
somebody
likely, they would be
eventually.
like, I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of being a door guy.
Yeah. Like
It's
I
not my
hate
fault,
waiting.
doorman.
They're like, I hate waiting at bars on comedy show night.
All these practical jokes. I'm just trying to do my job.
They're like, Thursdays suck, man. The comedians think they're funny. They hand me their fake ID with the shirtless photo. Like,
Yeah.
they hate their job on
Yeah.
comedy night.
It'd be especially funny to do if I just like gained 40 pounds real quick and then did it. Like get
Yeah.
really fat real quick and then just be like, all right, now I'm doing the shirtless photo.
Oh man. Yeah. That'd be great. I think you should do this. I think this is a good, worthwhile time and financial
Hey man,
investment.
if you want to pay for the Haagen-Dazs, I will do it, dude. If you want to pay
Yeah.
for the numerous pints of Haagen-Dazs, it probably wouldn't take that much. Probably
I have
cost me
half a
like
pint in my fridge. We can
it
get this
probably
started
cost you
right
like
now.
it probably cost you like $300 to get me like super fat over the course of like a month. I'll just eat a pint of ice cream every day. I'll balloon right the fuck up.
And you promise you'll use this $300 for nothing
Yeah.
else but ice
Ah,
cream.
man. I just realized how long it's been since I've had ice cream, and I'm like, oh, that sounds so good right now, dude.
What if
I could just slam a pint of Haagen-Dazs, dude.
this is how we go viral? Is we just the co-host of a podcast pays his other co-host to get fat on
Yeah.
purpose?
My 600-pound podcast.
Yeah. Here's
Hell yeah.
$300. It's for ice cream only. All
I
right.
would love to get I would love to get up to like 550, 600 pounds, and then have the actual doctor from My 600-Pound Life come on the podcast and just berate me verbally, dude. Have you ever seen that show?
No.
Dude, you got to watch just an episode just for the doctor. The doctor is so you could even just find a doctor compilation on YouTube of that guy. It's just like this old ass doctor, and he just comes in and just like, yeah, you're too fat. You're too fat. And they like he puts them on like 1,200 calorie diet a day, and they're like, oh, I can't do this. And you gotta see it, dude. It's
Yeah.
seriously unfucking real watching this guy talk to people and just you can tell as a doctor he's not trying to hurt their feelings. He's just so disappointed that these people let themselves get like this. It's crazy.
Oh shit.
What are you putting out?
I'm trying to search for something
I
and
know.
it didn't come up how I wanted to.
I meant do that in your off time.
Oh,
Just because
dude,
it's a
no. I
funny, enjoyable thing to watch that doctor be like, "How the fuck did you eat this much food?"
dude, I found a YouTube short of the doctor.
Okay, yeah, play it.
60 seconds. All
Play
right.
it, dude.
Yeah,
Play it.
go for
He's
it.
hilarious.
You are what, 27?
Yes, 27 years old.
So you're 725 pounds. Tell me why you think your weight has gotten this high.
I eat too much. When I sit down and actually have a meal, I eat enough for probably 3 or 4 regular people. And it's like I never get full, and a lot of times I eat for comfort.
Who does the grocery shopping?
This is just kind of sad.
Yeah, he's not being
Yeah.
funny yet, dude. You let it
I make a
rock.
list, and my husband goes in for me.
All right. Ashley has created an environment where she can deal with life without constantly eating. Now that she's over 700 pounds, she's not
You found
very-
the worst one, dude. You
Yeah,
found the worst one.
seriously.
I don't want the doctor to give up on me.
So,
Nah, dude.
so
Sometimes this girl.
Oh,
Yeah,
this one.
girl-
This one has
Let me talk
a
real quick.
laughing emoji next to it right here. It says there is no fooling Doctor now, and then it's got a laughing
Yeah, because
emoji.
here's
So it's
the
got to
thing.
be
Let me say
funny.
this real quick. Let me say that, like, that girl seems like she really wanted to change. Some of these people come in, and they like argue with him. And he's like,
Yeah.
no, you can't eat McDonald's every day and still lose weight. You can't possibly do that. So yeah, play this
All
one,
right.
dude.
habit look like? When you usually wake up and when you usually start eating?
I wake up at like 10:30. I may eat breakfast at like 12 o'clock.
What do you usually eat?
Bacon, eggs, grits.
Are you hungry in the morning?
No, sir.
But if you're not hungry, you don't have to eat.
But the doctor told me that if I don't eat, then my metabolism is high or low or something like that.
Okay, let me tell you one thing. Everybody gonna confuse you, but you should never get confused about one thing: eat less.
Yes.
Okay? There's no confusion.
No confusion about this. Eat less.
Brutal, dude. Yeah,
Oh
he's
no
just like,
shit. Is that why I'm here?
and you're right. It is. I'm not saying it's not sad. It's of course sad that
Yeah.
these people are this large, and it's fucking tragic. But like,
Yeah.
when they try to argue with him, and he just flat out like gives them brutal honesty, it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
All right. Hold on. The clip's not finished.
Confusion with that. Okay? Now, if you really put the math together, you have eaten the food that belonged for next 4 years ahead of time. So don't
See, I told you. What did I tell you? Your mic.
Oh, dude.
Oh no, you're back. You're good.
I'm sorry. I think I laughed too hard into the mic, dude.
Yeah, I think you clipped your mic out there for a
funny.
second.
Oh, he's like,
I
"You
told
eaten
you,
enough."
dude. You've
You've
eaten
eaten
enough
the
for
food.
the next 4 years.
Yeah. It's so mean.
That's so fucking funny, though, dude. Like,
feel like you have to eat. Okay?
I got you.
So,
All right. Yeah, that's good. But all right, I see what you
I
mean.
told you, man. See?
It's kind of sad.
The first
though,
one.
dude.
No, I'm not saying it's not. The
That
whole
first one,
show.
it's just like I was like, all right, this will be funny. I'll find a YouTube short, and then it's just 60 seconds of him being like, "This is tragic." Like, it's
No,
like,
I
oh,
told
damn,
you that
dude.
like the whole show is conceptually is fucking horrible. Like, it's sad.
Yeah.
But like his raw honesty is just one of the funniest things I've ever seen, dude.
Oh, yeah. You've eaten enough for the next 4 years, so don't feel like you ever need to
Fucking
eat.
brutal, dude.
Yeah, that's mean, dude. Oh, yeah, but he's got to wake these people up. That's his job, that's what they pay him to
Yeah,
do.
I mean, he's a doctor, dude.
He's a doctor on a TV show, furthermore. So, like,
Yeah.
his job is
It
to
is
sometimes
funny
say
when,
some
like,
brutally honest shit.
well, it is funny to me because you see a lot of like fat people on like online and like Twitter and stuff. They'll like complain about like they're like my doctor was so mean about my weight, and it's like yeah, because he's trying to make you not die. Like, what are you talking about, dude?
I think there is like a way that doctors can approach it, and even the way that he said it,
I
I don't think
guarantee,
he
though-
intended to be mean. No, but like
I
here's
don't
the
think
difference.
so,
Like
yeah.
he didn't seem like he was intending to be mean with
No,
what he
no.
said. But some doctors do. Like some doctors are like kind of intentionally assholes, and that's their personality, unfortunately. So it's like, and
Well,
then they
yeah.
are mean about it. Like we can't like excuse every doctor here, but it's like some of them are just assholes, and that's why sometimes you're like, I need to find a new doctor. This one sucks.
I disagree, dude. I disagree. I think it's just
You think
hard.
all doctors are nice?
No, but I think all
Okay.
doctors are. I think
So
when
your
I think
argument
no, no, no. I
collapses.
think when a doctor has to deal with like a patient who's like fat like this, or even just even like a 300-pound person, and they're like trying to get them to not keep gaining weight or like going on this destructive path, it just kind of I think it's hard as a fat person to not take raw honesty as being mean. But it's like, dude, this person's trying to help you and you're taking offense to it. You're taking it like personally when all they're doing is their job.
Maybe sometimes. I'm sure sometimes, but I'm sure sometimes
I
there's
mean,
also
yeah, I'm
doctors
sure
that
there's
are mean.
occasionally like 1 out of 10 is like, dude, you're so fucking fat. Get it together.
Yeah.
You
What?
loser. What are you doing?
There's some doctor out there who's like disgusted by fat people and is just mean to his fat patients,
But wouldn't
like
you
in the
be
way he's
if you had to
No,
deal
I
with
would
them all
not,
day?
because I'm a
If
professional.
you just had to have fucking like 40 people who are like 400 pounds coming here, wouldn't you be like, what is happening in the country right now? This is crazy.
I still wouldn't be mean. I would be brutally honest. Yeah, you got to be honest and you got to tell them like it
Yeah.
is, but there's still also a way to do that. I
All
think
right,
that's
well, I
true
guess
in
thank
almost
God
all
I'm not a doctor,
industries.
Kyle. I guess
Yeah,
thank
thank
God.
God. Dude.
Yeah, you're right, dude.
Yeah.
You're right. Fair.
You'd be doing some creepy shit. Like, I got to check your feet. And they're like, why? I'm here for
What?
headaches.
What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
You'd be on some creep shit as a doctor.
No, I wouldn't. I
Yeah.
hate feet. That
I
first
gotta.
of all, feet are
Okay. All
disgusting.
right. Fair enough.
Fuck you for insinuating I'd breach my contract of fucking I fuck you for thinking I would violate HIPAA laws, dude.
I love how you're like, I'd be mean to fat people, but I don't violate HIPAA
Yeah, I'm not
laws. Are
gonna
you
fucking
kidding me?
violate a person. Saying something mean is way different than like just fucking assaulting somebody. What the hell are you talking about, dude?
Touching feet.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't be like, I need to check your feet. Give me the. He's like, you're a surgeon. I'm like, I'm an orthopedic doctor now, dude. What the fuck are you talking about?
They're
How
like, I
dare
got
you?
migraines, and you're like, migraines come from the feet.
How dare you, dude?
That's where they originate from a lot of times, actually. So most doctors won't tell you.
I'm offended by your statement. I'm as offended
uh,
as one of these people in my 600-pound life when they hear that doctor talk to them.
all right.
Brutal. All
No,
right.
I'm sure
Yeah.
you'd be a very ethical doctor, Jake. Okay,
I wouldn't
all
fucking hurt
jokes
people
here.
if just because I'd be mean to people
You
who are
would.
600 pounds. Doesn't mean I'd hurt people.
What other people
Fuck.
would you be mean to? Who else would you be mean to besides the fat people? I guess
I don't know, probably nobody. I don't know.
you're just targeting fat people at this practice.
It's the only one I can really think of who are just like actively doing it to themselves.
Yeah. All right.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be mean to somebody with cancer.
What if somebody
Maybe if
is
somebody
doing
had
self-harm
maybe if
and you
somebody
notice they're
okay,
self-harming?
maybe if somebody had like lung cancer and they kept smoking, I'd be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
As somebody who also smokes.
Yeah, of course. But I'm not I'm saying this is in this hypothetical. I'm a doctor who obviously doesn't smoke. Which first of all,
Oh,
a lot of doctors
okay.
do smoke. So
I didn't know that was part of this hypothetical. Is you don't smoke when you become a doctor. In this,
in this hypothetical, I'm a very healthy
yeah,
doctor and I treat my
okay,
body right. I treat my
yeah,
body like a temple.
you're a different guy
Not like
here.
right now. Yeah, I'm a completely different
Yeah,
obviously if I'm a doctor in this scenario, I'm a completely different person.
yeah, I guess, yeah.
I'm obviously a lot more well-rounded as an adult. If I'm a fucking doctor, if I went through med school, yeah, I'm a little bit different in this one, Kyle.
Yeah, I assume you'd probably have a couple less roommates if you were a doctor at
I'd
this
have
point.
0 roommates and a
Yeah,
wife and family.
okay. All right.
Yeah, dude.
I love this reality that
I'd
you
probably be
carved
on
out.
some Grey's Anatomy shit and I'd marry one of the nurses, dude. And
Oh, okay.
carve out a beautiful family for
That's
myself.
ethical. Yeah, I love that.
What are you talking about?
You're like, I'd find love in a coworker. That's what I want.
A lot
I
of
want to find some. I want to find love in a nurse, someone who works below me.
Why are you
That's
trying to
who I
twist
want.
everything into like a negative and make it like that doesn't exist in reality? Like there's not coworkers who get married all the time. Like that
No,
doesn't
it
fucking
happens.
exist.
It
Yeah.
happens a lot.
Why are you
Yeah.
trying to twist it into like it's some weird thing?
I love that you've thought out this reality.
No,
I'm
we're
not twisting it into
riffing.
a weird
I
thing.
didn't think about it until right now. We're riffing out a scenario here, dude. What are you
All right.
talking
And
about?
your scenario is you end up marrying the nurse who works in the same hospital or is one of your nurses.
Different hospital, dude. I can't have one that
Oh,
works underneath
okay.
me. But I would
So
love
it is
to. We're
ethical.
in the same field. We're in the
Yeah.
same field, so we get each other.
Keeping it
You know,
ethical.
we
Yeah.
gel because we understand. Like I understand how hard her day is as a nurse, and she understands how hard my day is having to deal with all these fatties, dude.
Okay. It's just an interesting reality that we
I'm
got
trying to
here.
get out of what you're trying to paint me as here, because we're riffing of scenario on a podcast.
I'm not trying
You're
to
trying to be
paint
like,
you as
oh,
anything.
yeah,
I'm
what the
letting
fuck
you
are you
paint
talking?
this.
Kyle,
I'm
shut up
letting
for
you
a second.
paint this.
Shut up for a second. Like, you're not trying to paint me as because you literally said 5 minutes ago, you're like, yeah, you'd be the worst doctor. You'd be like, let me see your feet. I'm like, dude, how am I not supposed to take offense to that? What are you talking about? I'm just talking about being mean to fat people who kind of need to, hear
I'm
that a little
trying.
bit.
Okay,
And
which
then
seems
also,
like a bad
I
thing to
gave another scenario about the smoker. If I knew a guy who was on an oxygen tank and he was smoking and he was my patient, I'd be like, "Yo, you gotta stop that shit, dude. You're being a fucking idiot right now."
All right, yeah, that's fair. That I think that's acceptable. Yeah, being like this is stupid for you to be smoking right now.
Yeah, you can't paint me as a bad. I'm a doctor in this scenario. You can't try to paint me as a bad person. Shut up.
Yeah, there's
Dude.
never been a bad doctor in history.
You're right, dude.
As
Fair.
we know.
Fair. But not in this scenario, dude.
Not in this one.
I'm a
In
good
this
guy.
one,
I'm a good guy who is just a little bit too mean to his pay. I could be a little nicer about my methods. But I'm
ethical
just trying to
follows
help.
HIPAA, follows
I'm
all
just trying to
HIPAA
help. Yeah, of
codes,
course I follow all HIPAA codes, dude. Why would I
but is
fucking
absolutely vicious to fat people.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good doctor to me. That sounds like a good doctor. A
Buy the
guy who would be
book
like a
if the
guy who would
book
be
doesn't
honest with
mention
his
fat people.
patient. A guy who would be honest enough with his patient who's 600 pounds to be like, if you don't change what you're doing, you're gonna die.
All right, that's honest. You said you're gonna be mean.
But my whole point of the thing is like, I think it's hard for, as somebody who's also been a much fatter person in the past, it is hard to take any sort of criticism towards your fatness as not mean. That's my whole point, dude.
I guess, man. Yeah, I think it can be perceived as that. Yeah, but it depends on the person. Some people perceive everything as mean, and then some people are easier to accept criticism or the truth.
Sure.
I'm sure some of the people in my 600-pound life are, immediately like, "You're right. I know. I
I'm
need to
gonna
change,"
drop
and they
out
do
of
it.
I'm
And
gonna
then I think
drop out of
other people are
comedy
like,
and
"Fuck this doctor. He doesn't know what he's talking about." Like,
I'm gonna drop out of comedy and get enrolled in school and then hopefully crush some grades over the next 4 years and get into med school and prove you wrong, dude. Show you what a great doctor I can be.
I think you should absolutely do that, man. You
My
show
life would
me,
be
prove me
significantly better
wrong.
if I
Yeah.
somehow pulled that off. So
Yeah, it absolutely would.
yeah.
You would be in a much better place, I think,
And then I could start
financially.
comedy again at 45, 45, 50, and
You could be
just be
Dr.
like the
Jake.
doctor hack comedian. Like
Dr. Jake.
I only do medical jokes. I wear a stethoscope on stage.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be the only one.
I have a thermometer. I'm just like, I hold up the thermometer. I'm just like, I'm just taking the temperature of the room, guys.
Jake, I'm just telling you, somebody else has already beat you to the market.
Oh yeah, there's a million of those guys out there.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I could be
That's
one
what I'm
of them
saying.
and
Yeah.
guaranteed to make that sweet, sweet road hack money.
Blow up on TikTok.
I would love to. Yeah, no. That's a fun hypothetical scenario we just carved out, dude.
Yeah.
I think I might pursue the medical field now. I think it's interesting that we just found a new career path for me on this podcast. That's great.
Yeah, I think this is gonna work out much easier than comedy will. I think.
I mean, it's at least it's a meritocracy where if you have good grades and know your shit, you get a job. So
Uh-huh. Yeah. So I think you could do it, man. Go for it. Go to medical school.
I think I'll do that, dude.
It's never too late.
It's never too late. I want to prove the world wrong. That's never too late. Well, technically, it's never. It is if you're. I don't think I'm smart enough. But do you know about that one guy who was like an astronaut, a doctor, and a fucking Navy SEAL? He's been all of those three things. He's
Maybe.
changed career paths 3 times. He's like 45.
I might
And
know him. I don't know.
crazy. So it is never too late, dude. Maybe I'll become a fucking astronaut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Dude, Jake in space. Tell me that's not fucking a great thing to think about. Having me up on a shuttle, floating
It's
around up there.
definitely a thing to think about. Yeah.
You don't think that's a fun idea to have me floating around up there?
Oh, sure, it is a
Doing
fun
space stuff.
idea. Yeah,
Doing space
fun
stuff.
for sure. Realistic
You'd
or
finally get to
good for
stop deal. You'd
America? I don't
finally get to
know.
stop deal. Good for America. What the fuck? How am I bad for the country? I'm a patriot. You're the
Yeah.
fucking commie on this podcast, dude. I'm a fucking patriot. I don't know what you're talking. I love America, dude.
I'm the commie. I didn't know I was a commie,
Not a
dude.
commie.
I guess
You're just the libtard of the podcast, dude.
not, I'm not even that
I
liberal
know.
is the crazy
I know
thing.
you're really not. But
I lean that way, but I'm not
I'm a
totally.
fucking patriot, dude. I
I
love
think guns are cool. So
No, you don't think it'd be fun to have me up in space though, just knowing you don't have to deal with me anymore, that I'm just like I'm light years away now, dude?
Uh,
That thought doesn't evoke some level of happiness inside you?
you know what? Now that you mentioned light years away, I'm starting to
Yeah.
come on board.
I know, right? Sounds sick. We
You
gotta find to
may,
get
I don't
me
know, like I gotta think about the grand scheme of things. Like you may never come back, and you know, society would be better. I mean,
Kyle,
so
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that I contribute more to society than you do. When's the last time you donated to a charity, bro?
oh man, we donate tickets from the comedy club regularly.
That is not charity, dog.
Yes, it is. We give
No,
to
it's
charity
not,
regularly
dude.
and help raise money for charity.
When's the last time you donated out of your own pocket? That's my point, dude. You're over here like you're bad for society, Jacob. Like,
Just
all right, dude, I actually contribute a little bit.
handed money
I
over
give money to causes that I care about.
um I do via Motor City Comedy Festival.
Did you donate $100 when Australia was on fire to the wildfire
No.
relief donation
No.
fund? Well, I did. Fuck you,
Okay.
dude.
Yeah. You got me.
I guess I'm
All right.
bad for
I'm a
society,
bad
though,
guy.
dude. I saved at least one bogan's life.
Oh, but yeah, you got at least 2 koala bears out of there, man.
I hope so. That's more than you did, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Trying
I
to
was
say
just
I'm
sitting around,
bad for
dude.
the world, dude. How
No,
dare
you're
you,
not
man?
bad for the world.
You're coming at me hard on this podcast, and
I
I
don't know why
why.
either. Yeah.
Like you're
I
you're
got
being
no
fucking
reason.
ruthless today. And I'm like, yo, did I do something before the
No.
pod? What did I do?
I don't know. Man, I don't know why.
You're like, you'd be a
Sorry.
bad doctor. I would love it if you were an astronaut though, because you'd be fucking forever away and you might never return or see your family again. It'd be good to have you up by the moon, Jake, because you're bad for the world. So if we could get you on the fucking moon, actually, that would be the most ideal scenario here.
Get you off this whole earth as a whole, you know?
Yeah.
Get you out of here, dude.
Project Evacuate Jake.
Oh, man.
I'll contact NASA today and tell them that, you know, this is pertinent shit to get me off the planet and that I'm really bad for the world. I'm better, dude. My carbon
Imagine being
footprint.
the person at
Wait.
NASA who reads that
You know what I just thought
email.
of? You know what I just thought of real quick? My carbon footprint is less than yours because I haven't driven a car in 2 years now.
All right, fair enough. If you say so.
If I say so, that's an objective fact.
Okay.
That's an objective fact, my guy.
All right.
You're the one polluting the
But-
planet with your fucking. What kind of car do you drive?
Chevy Sonic.
Chevy Sonic, dude. That's like partly electric,
Oh,
though,
man.
isn't it? Or is that the?
No,
That's the
it's
Volt.
not.
That's what I was
You're
thinking.
thinking
I
of
was
the
thinking the Volt.
Oh man.
Yeah, I can't imagine being the fucking guy at NASA getting that email
Like,
though.
imagine you're one of the people who just goes through the general inquiries of NASA. Like the
Yeah,
general
the
inquiries
subject
email,
line of
and then
the
you
email is
get-
because
what
Kyle
is-
Forsyth said so.
Just somebody who sends you an email and they're like, hey, I think I'd be really great for a space mission. I'm ready to go up there, get on the moon. I've been told I'm bad for Earth.
I guess, yeah.
I'm bad for society.
I must be radioactive.
So I think I'm good to go. You must like, I'm just the person sitting there is like, this is great. Dave, come over here. You have to read this shit. This guy's crazy.
I mean, they probably would
Like,
get a laugh. They'd probably get some laughs
yeah.
out of it. Yeah.
For sure. they definitely forward it to somebody else and be like, "You got to read this. This
I
one's
mean,
good."
if you want to write it out, I'm not gonna start prank emailing NASA, dude. I'm not gonna.
No, neither am
I don't
I.
want to prank email any federal thing. That sounds sketchy.
Oh, I just imagine that'd be hilarious. Just like you're working and you get that email working at NASA and the general inquiries. You must get some crazy emails like just going through that general email at NASA. Like you
Well,
must read some wild shit. People being like, "I know what you're up to." You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
People be like, "I read it on 4chan. I'm aware you're not hiding shit."
Stop saying you landed on the moon, pussy. We all know that never happened. Liar.
I heard Tom DeLonge on Rogan. I know what Area 51 has. I know
We
what you're
all know the
hiding.
Space Challenger explosion was just a hologram to freak us out. That's a fucking bullshit lie. None of those people were ever on a rocket ship or died.
Oh man, you got to read the most wild shit. Just going through that email.
Being a general inquiry guy at NASA.
Yeah,
I almost want that job now, dude.
yeah,
Maybe that's my new career
man.
path.
Yeah, that would be a wild spot. I bought a NASA t-shirt at Target and it ripped. I was just wondering if you could send me a new one. Like,
Yeah.
it's some fucking idiot.
I'm still mad at
Target
you for
won't
being like,
refund
you're
me
bad.
because it's after 30 days.
Yeah. I'm still mad at you for being like, you're bad for society. I'm
You're still there, man.
still a little bit of, I'm a little butthurt about that comment,
It was
dude.
a mean riff. I didn't mean it, Jake. Don't take it personally. It was a riff. It was a mean
Is this because of
one.
what I said about fat people? Or are you just now being like, well, I gotta show Jake what mean really feels like? Take
Don't
him
take it to
down a
heart.
peg,
You're
dude. No,
you're
I'm not.
not
I'm
bad
just
for
kidding. I know.
society.
I know that. I'm a decent person.
Yeah, you
I
donate to
try to be.
Australian charities, so
I've donated to American charities.
Oh,
My house during the pandemic, we raised like $500. Also,
all right.
yeah. So we try to be good. Try my
I've
best.
bought clothing items where part of the proceeds go to charity.
Yeah, dude.
I'm a good guy.
I've owned a couple pairs of Toms in my day.
Yeah, I got a pair. Oh man.
Oh, dude. Yeah, that must make you feel real good knowing that some small child who couldn't have shoes now gets to wear Toms, the most protective footwear on all of planet Earth.
Yeah, the least supportive shoe possible.
Yeah. Just basically where it's basically the equivalent of wrapping your foot in bandages and walking around.
Essentially, putting a piece of cardboard on the bottom of your
Yeah.
foot.
Taping some cardboard to your feet and walking around. Dude, is Tom's even still a brand anymore? I haven't seen
I
anybody
think
wear
it
Tom's
is.
in forever.
They are
Do they still?
basically like it's like a piece of fabric wrapped around a piece of cardboard.
Is the
Like,
design still the same, or did they start like making more stylish shoes? Because like
they
I
have
haven't seen
other
anybody wear.
styles. They
Okay,
got
because I
other
haven't
styles.
seen anybody wear those in forever.
Yeah, because it was the trend and nobody wears them anymore. But they have other styles. They even got like boots and stuff. You know, they evolved. They have some sneakers. They had to evolve as a brand. They couldn't just keep cranking out the piece of cardboard with fabric wrapped around it. The Warped Tour kids got tired
It
of
is
it, you
kind of
know?
fucked up that Tom's acted like they were doing a good thing, giving all
Dude,
these like unprivileged kids these fucking terrible shoes.
you remember? Yeah, and you remember how many fucking like scene Warped Tour kids wore them
Oh
to Warped
yeah,
Tour?
skinny
Like
jeans and Toms, and then the dude's just like,
all day
by the
outside
end of
on
the day, they're like,
concrete.
"Why are my feet so fucked up?" And it's like, dude,
Yeah.
because you didn't prepare for this, you didn't dress for the
Why are my
occasion.
heels bleeding?
Those are like
Yeah.
leisure, I'm sitting around a bonfire type of shoes, just like some
Yeah.
slip-ons to hang out and sit down in. You know what I
Or
mean?
on the boat, maybe.
They're not
Yeah.
walking around on asphalt type of shoes in 90-degree heat.
Yeah. But I remember so many people wearing them at Warped Tour. All the bands were wearing them too at the time.
Yeah, people dressed for fashion at Warped Tour, where it's like I just always wore like a t-shirt and some shorts, dude. I'm like, fuck this, it's too hot. I'm just gonna wear a band t-shirt and shorts and some good shoes because it gets brutal.
I wore skinny jeans still. You know, then like the dude, like the cutoff jeans came in for dudes and like scene. You know what I'm talking about? Like the capris, like cutting them off at the knees, like the skinny
Yeah.
jeans.
Good
And
God, man.
that was a great time because I could still wear skinny jeans and wear shorts. It felt like,
You wore
and I
some
wore those.
capris.
Yeah.
Like you wore some skinny capri pants, like you're going to
Oh
get
yeah.
your ears pierced at Claire's, dude. What you
Still
wore to
roll
Warped
up
Tour?
I still roll up the ankles of like my pants on a regular basis. You can regularly see my ankles while I'm wearing Crocs. I don't give a fuck, dude.
Wow, that's a very sexy fashion choice of you, Kyle, to be showing off your ankles like that.
Yeah, I gotta
Wow.
roll up my pants, man, because I'm short and my pants bunch up at the bottom.
Yeah, I mean the capris weren't the worst. I think the worst fashion choice ever from like scene kids and emo kids or like Warped Tour kids, definitely the deep V's, like the
Oh yeah,
ultra
dude.
deep V's, where it's just like, yo, I can see your fucking belly button. That's not a shirt, dude.
I had some deep V's. Yeah. I
Ugh.
still got some in my room, I think. I still got a couple of them in here and somewhere and my stacks of t-shirts. I definitely have
Can you wear one on the next episode of the pod?
I have a Start clothing one for sure.
Wear
Remember
one on
it's
the next episode.
oh
That'd be great.
man, I don't know.
Show off the chest hair, dude. Get the chest hair. It was always
I don't
especially
know.
gross. It was always especially gross when you'd see like one of the like 30-year-old band guys who was like on Warped Tour walking around and he'd have like a deep V on and he was just hairy and gross and you're like, ugh, that guy is disgusting.
Yeah,
Wonder
shave
what
your
he's about
chest
to go
hair.
do.
Come
Oh, go
on.
hang out.
Yeah.
And you're like, I wonder what that guy's about to go do. Oh, go hang out with some 17-year-olds. Oh, surprising. Warped
Yeah.
Tour.
Show them what the bus looks like.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. It was a weird time. I mean,
Fucking
there was a
gross,
lot of
dude.
creepy shit going on during Warped Tour for sure.
Yeah, for real, dog.
Dude, I can't wait for that documentary because it's gonna happen at
It's
some
gotta.
point.
It's gotta.
You
All
know,
these bands gotta come down too. Like they're gonna get like exposed.
oh yeah, and it's like I think you just got to find the right person who's passionate about making that project. There's going to be some emo scene kid. There's already some probably who are like trying to put together something and like put together a documentary about
Well,
it.
there's
And
like
then it's big enough and it was like such a big and massive thing that there will be some streamer that picks it up and like
yeah. Well,
will
there was
grab
like a
it.
YouTuber that I watched like a year ago who he was like releasing episodes about like particular people on Warped Tour, and he was like, this is a series I'm doing called the Warped Minds of Warped Tour, and I'm like, that's a great name, first of all. And then yeah, he had one like about Austin Carlisle, Mike Fuentes, the front porch step guy, and then he had like a couple
Yeah.
about like people that weren't in bands, but they were like social media, like early social media influencers around that time who were doing like Warped Tour booths, being fucking
Yeah,
creeps and shit, dude.
like Brian Stars.
No, not him. Did he ever do anything fucked up?
I think so.
I didn't hear about that, but no, some like other like YouTubers and shit.
Jeffree Star.
Jeffree Star is probably one of them. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jeffree Star is fucking crazy, dude. I
Yeah.
don't even want to start talking about Jeffree Star, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't wait for that documentary. That's gonna be sick because they got the Woodstock '99. They're
Well,
gonna get the Warped Tour.
let's not say it's gonna be sick, because because it is gonna be disgusting, and you're gonna be like, wow, a lot of people got hurt.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, I can't wait
I'm
to
kind
hear
of
about people getting hurt.
I kind of regret giving my money to this tour. That
Mhm.
sucks.
Yeah, yeah, for
So
sure.
maybe let's not say that it's gonna be sick. It might be interesting and
Yeah,
explosive, sure.
you're right.
But I'm not like,
Maybe.
yo, this is rad, dude. Hey, did you see that? You see that Michael Jackson documentary? It was fucking tight, bro. Let's not use those terms for potential documentaries about abuse.
All right, we're gonna take that out of the podcast.
You see the new Nickelodeon documentary about the fucking all that kids getting molested? Dude, it was lit. Not gonna like, it was pretty righteous, bro.
Oh man, yeah. It's maybe not the right way to
You want to
say
take you want to take that out of the podcast, but not the part where you said I'm
it.
bad for society and I would
No, we'll
if
leave
I was a
that in.
doctor, I would
Leave
touch people's feet.
that.
The fuck, dude?
Leave that in.
The fuck, dude?
Leave it in.
I'm
I'm
leaving,
just kidding.
not making any
No.
edits, dude.
Yeah, I know. I know. I just figured I'd say it just because I thought it would be fun. No,
No,
don't make any
I got the
edits.
bit.
Yeah, that's the
That's a,
bit,
no, that's
dude.
a fun riff, dude. Anyways, we should probably talk about music. It's been a pretty
Yeah.
wild pod so far, dude.
Yeah. We could get into some music, man. So Metal Injection had this article, and it's literally called and the article title is Meet Hue, an exciting new group uniquely blending metal, hip hop, and more. It's kind of like I showed you it before the pod. This band is called Hue, Hue. They released one song, their first song ever. It's called Home. And it's fucking awesome. It's
It
like
is
three
dope.
dudes from like DC, from like the Washington DC area, and they released their first song and they got invited to be on Metal Injection's festival. So Metal Injection Festival. Like after releasing one song, Metal Injection is like, we love this. We want more. We want to help you guys. We're gonna put you on our festival that we're having. Like,
Yeah,
which
that's
is
dope. That's
crazy.
amazing. Because these
Yeah.
guys they did make something that is completely original and unique sounding. And it's also good at the same time. Because unique and original doesn't always equal good. People
Yeah.
forget that. But this is great. I fucking love this.
If you've listened to the podcast for a while at this point, you would know I've showed some stuff to Jake
You
that
would
is
know that I'm a
unique
pretty big
and
hater.
original. Yeah.
You know
I've
that I'm a
showed
pretty
him.
big hater at
I've
this
definitely
point.
showed you some stuff that's unique and original that you did not like.
No, because I didn't think it sounded good.
Yeah. And I thought this one was like a 50-50 shot with you. I was like, either he's gonna really love it or he's not gonna like it at all.
No, I really
And
liked
you
it.
like it. I thought it was great.
Because they're doing it well and it sounds good. That's all that matters. Like, does it sound good or not? Because like if you want to talk about unique and original, you could easily make the argument that what like Ronnie Radke is doing with Falling in Reverse is unique and original. Like nobody's really making. I'm not saying it's positive though. That's my
No,
point.
it's not. Yeah.
Like
No, it's not.
nobody is making music that sounds like that, and for a reason. It sounds like ass. That's
Yeah.
like there's a reason people aren't blending all that shit together that he's doing. It sounds fucking terrible. For some reason, some idiots like it. But
Dude,
yeah, that's my
people
whole
love
point.
it. They're selling arenas. It's
I know.
crazy.
I know.
I don't get it.
Crazy.
I don't understand it.
Yeah,
For the life of me.
the world doesn't make sense, Kyle. We've
No.
established that already. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, my whole point though is just like there's plenty of people doing unique and original things and it doesn't sound good. So, but this is awesome. Hugh is on some new shit, dude. They're making some cool stuff.
Yeah, here I'll play.
Go ahead and play some.
No, scared love is just a seek, matching cap and gown. Secrets ain't getting you far, but why you stop now? Is my fault giving you power just to bring me down?
So starting out sounds kind of like a pop or an R&B song initially.
Exactly, yeah.
Sanity, amnesty, it all look just like a fantasy.
And then this starts coming. It still sounds. It's like, all right, a rap song.
Yeah,
This is what this is about to be.
It's basically like a rap R&B song.
Yeah. Uh-oh, metalcore guitars. His voice is fucking phenomenal, dude.
Yeah, and there's multiple, like, I think 2 of them were singing on this, and then one of them also did screams, too. Like, they're switching back and forth between the singing and the vocals, right?
Yeah. So it's 2 different guys who are doing vocals.
Both their voices are sick. They're like, they got really, really smooth, just great sounding voices.
R&B type voices, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it reminds me of.
And the, like I think the like gent style guitars that like these super heavy down-tuned guitars that they're doing, that style of like metal is so like rhythm based anyways that the fucking R&B rhythm flow style vocals that they're doing over it, it just works.
Yeah. It's interesting. I love the djenty guitars too. I'm a sucker for some djent guitars. As anybody who knows me knows, I fucking love Polyphia. And they are right now one of the kings of djent, essentially.
Polyphia?
But here, kinda, yeah, dude. They're up there. Periphery is up there too.
I don't really think Polyphia, maybe like early in
Animals
the
as leaders.
day. I think Polyphia doesn't really sound djenty anymore, dude. They're more like,
Not completely, but they definitely still have djenty guitars in a lot of their songs. They came from they've been djenty for years, and a lot of their fans
yeah, like
are
their old
fans of like
stuff
djent music.
for sure.
I think that's where a lot of their fan base has been
I mean, the
gathered from.
last song I can think that they released that sounds like that is like what is it called? Look But Don't Touch, where they do the guitar play, the one that's got that crazy opening riff.
Yeah,
The
they
only
got
like
some
genty
others.
thing I can think of.
But we're talking about Hugh. All
We
right.
were talking about Hugh. Sorry.
Tricks out of trade, just tricks out of trade. Call a spade a spade, call a spade a spade. Lord, I love.
So also there's a lot of shaking ass in this video. It's like it's literally filmed in like the courtyard of an apartment project. I
Mhm.
assume one of them lives there or something. And there's a bunch of people just basically like having like a barbecue and dancing and stuff like around them. And then there's literally just twerking as well in the video.
Yeah, it's a fun video for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip a bit forward and try and find the heavy part. Okay, I think we're coming up on it.
Secrets haven't gotten you far, but you won't drown. So I step
I love that they do a call and response, like a sort of call out in there where it's like almost a crowd chant, like the take me, and then the take me, it's like it comes off like they know what the fuck they're doing there.
Yeah.
Like they have an
I think
idea.
they're just like playing to both genres that they're mixing together very, very well.
Yeah, and then they got a sick breakdown at the end.
no other outcome. Rain and strays, now they never see a drought come. Take me home, take it home, yeah. Just take me from
And then they hit a bleh
Yeah.
for
See,
good
that's
measure
another thing.
right at
They're
the
like
end, dude.
they know like the cliches of each genre too, and they're definitely like exploiting that in both
Yeah.
areas for sure.
They're being like, this is what we're going for,
Yeah.
and like they're showing like we understand these genres. We're not just three dudes who are doing this blindly,
Right.
or whatever. Like we know what the fuck we're doing, and we
Yeah.
understand the genre, what the bleh is.
We're throwing in a
like,
blat to let you know we've listened to Architects, okay?
yeah,
We've heard them, guys.
we
We
get
know
it,
our shit, dude.
Yeah, and then they have, sort of like the electronic hip hop, like drum and bass beat in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it's sick. I
it's
wasn't
sick, dude.
expecting to like it that much, but it was really, really good.
Yeah. And look them up. HUE. They're hard to find because they only have one song and this is their first song. And honestly, it's only got like 10,000 views on YouTube right now. I mean, so it's one of those bands where it's like they are in their infancy right now. And it's crazy that like just releasing this first song, Metal Injection found them so quick and then also put them on this festival as well. I mean, so shout out to Metal Injection for that. It's phenomenal. I can't wait to hear more out of them, honestly, because I'm excited to see what else they got. But you got to type it if you're looking for it on like Apple Music or something. Type in Hue, like HUE, and type in Home. The song is called Home, so you're gonna need to type in both of those to find it. Because I typed in Hue, and it like there's other things coming up, like,
Yeah.
and I wasn't finding them initially. And I typed in Hue Home, and it came right up.
Okay.
So if you want to listen to it, that's my recommendation for anybody. And it's real good shit. It's a good first single. I don't know. That's all I really got on him, Ice-T's band
They're
released a new
great.
song, Body Count. released a new song, and it's weirdly
Yeah.
really, really good. It's got the lead vocalist of Fit for an Autopsy,
Whoa,
Joe
hang on.
Battalato.
Why would you say that about Body Count? Like they're not good.
I don't love a lot of their other music. I've tried getting into them, and it's just not my bag, really. You know.
All right.
I've given it a fair shake. You know,
Okay.
I don't
No,
love
that's
a lot of
I
their
get
stuff.
it. I get it. It's
It's
just
not
not for
all
you.
bad. They got some good stuff. I'm not shitting on all Body Count. They got some songs I enjoy, but overall, they aren't a band that I go back to a lot to listen to.
I just think
So
by default, you should like them because Ice-T is in the band.
I think it's dope. I love that Ice-T is in them. That's why I've given them like so many chances over the years. Like I still will listen to some of their songs. I love that Ice-T is in the band. And this song makes it sound like he's really understanding how to do hardcore vocals these days. Because it sounds way more in tune with what actual hardcore vocals are like than like their old stuff. Like if you listen to their older stuff, it's just kind of Ice-T yelling out the words.
It had
This
more of
actually
like an
sounds
aggressive rapping style to it back in the day.
yeah, and in this song, he's got more of like a growl to his voice, almost like a
All right.
hardcore
Well, let's
growl
hear
while
it, dude.
delivering this stuff.
Let's
And
show the
also,
people.
all the screams are done by the lead vocalist of Fit for an Autopsy. And I want to say there's a breakdown where the lead vocalist of Fit for an Autopsy does like a screaming part, and in the part he uses the word body count. He says the body count is stacking up, I believe, and then he says like a few words later he goes, and I got another body fit for an autopsy. So he fits in both bands' names inside of his one verse, which I think is a fun little thing that is corny as hell. But it's also like pretty funny to me where he's like, I'm gonna put both our bands' names inside of my verse. I got it. Check this out.
Let's hear it, dude.
Song's called Psychopath. You know what I noticed right out of the gate? Riff sounds kind of like a Metallica riff.
Yeah, I
Old
mean, it
Metallica.
just sounds like a standard metal riff for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the balance of the one guitar just chugging riffs and then the other one just like kind of like playing the other riff, like the dun 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 dun, almost like yeah, you know the Metallica type riff there. That makes
Why'd
for
you just start mouth singing "Raining Blood" by Slayer?
dun, dun, dun. Yeah, you know
you
what? It is
noticed
Raining
that?
Blood.
You
Yeah,
just went.
that's what I was thinking. That's what the riff reminds me of. I think in
Yeah,
my
it sounds
head
more like a
is Raining
Slayer.
Blood.
It sounds more like a
Yeah.
Slayer riff than a Metallica riff. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I was thinking Raining Blood in my head, and for some reason I said Metallica.
That's a
Doesn't
really,
it? Yeah, it
Yeah.
kind of does now.
dude.
I think.
That's if you ever start playing guitar, that's such a fun riff to play. The Raining Blood riff, and it's not the opening
Yeah.
riff is not that hard to learn.
All right,
Really fun.
I'll take your word for it. Anybody out there with a guitar, go play Raining
It's
Blood right
so
now.
fun, dude.
Pause the podcast, go play Raining Blood, and come back and listen to the rest.
Shit rips, dude.
And around this part of the song is where I think they start doing some Ice Nine Kills type shit, where they add in some like screaming and chainsaws and stuff going on in the background, which is like very Ice Nine Kills vibes, if in my
Okay.
opinion.
All right, let's let him hear it, dude.
You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like some Ice Nine Kills type shit. And like if Ice Nine Kills was doing it, Spencer Sharnos would bring a chainsaw out on stage or some shit and
Man,
start
dude.
sawing some fake lady in half, you know?
Ice Nine
Like,
Kills got unbelievably corny, but proceed.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, so I want to just sort of fast forward to the breakdown here. And now here's the part where he starts doing the body count fit for an autopsy verse. It's kind of corny. Body count stacking up, nothing can stop us. Just another motherfucker fit for an autopsy.
Yeah.
Like, how can I incorporate our band's names into this verse? And it's like, dude, I mean, you didn't need to do all that.
I think it's kind of sick, dude.
Yeah.
Kind of fits the theme of what body count does. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little
Also, I mean,
it's a little
cool
corny to
breakdown.
scream it. It would make
Yeah.
more sense if like Ice-T was doing. I almost said T.I. It's almost it'd make more sense if Ice-T was doing that.
Yeah. Which it is like fun to think that like the dude who just does SVU is also doing this in his free time, you know? Sometimes he's just rapping, doing live concerts where he raps. Sometimes he's recording SVU, and sometimes he's just making like hardcore metal music, man. Like that dude, he's fucking awesome. You gotta love
He's
Ice-T, man.
yeah, he's truly one of a kind. Ice-T is
Yeah.
amazing.
Have you heard like about how he only does like one take on set for SVU? Have you heard about this before?
I have watched a lot of SVU and I believe it.
So here's what he does. This is what he does. I've heard it from like people who are like extras on the show and stuff, like who are on like podcasts. And this Ice-T does this every time, I guess. So he will go and he'll say, "All right, I'm gonna do my one take," and then like he will do his take, and he'll be like, "Just have the camera on me this time. Don't worry about getting everybody else's reactions so much." He's like, "Just make sure you got my shots on this one." And he does the one take, and he does it correctly. And then he'll stick around for the rest of like shooting everybody else's like lines or whatever. So like he'll sit there and he'll still respond with his lines, but he throws in like a bunch of motherfuckers and stuff into every other word so they can't use it. Like, he purposely will just like curse like every other word.
Yeah, just
so
sabotaging
so
other
it's
takes.
unusable takes. He's like, and he does it so they can only use the one take he wants them to use.
God, that's really funny, dude.
Yeah, isn't that
You'd
crazy?
think that they would not put up with that for what's that show been on the for? He's been on the show for 20 years.
I don't know, long ass time. Yeah,
You'd
dude,
think
that's
they would
so
not
funny.
put up with that.
I don't think he's always done it, but he does. He's done it for a long time. Like, and like he literally will just like he'll be like, "So we found the body over at the bay, and there we found another one just today." And then like the second time he'll do it, he'll be like, "We found another motherfucking body at the fucking bay over there, and so we just found another fucking one today." Like, it's
Yeah,
like
I mean,
literally do that like on purpose.
I guess when you think about it, like which pussy ass Hollywood producer is gonna say something to Ice-T? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like
They
who's
need him
gonna
on that show at this
who's
point.
gonna have the conversation with him and
Yeah,
risk ending up in a body bag, dude?
and what are you gonna? Who are you gonna replace him with? Right? Like, come on.
Oh
Like,
yeah, you
yeah,
can't replace
like,
Ice-T for
who
real.
are you gonna replace Ice-T with on that show, man? And like, not piss
He's
off
too
the fan
iconic.
base.
He's too
Yeah,
iconic.
you'd piss off the fan base, dude. Like, you can't do it.
Yeah, dude.
So it's kind of hilarious. I love that about him. That he just
Do you like
he's
Law and Order
No,
as a
no,
show?
but my wife loves it. Ashley
Dude,
watches it all the time.
SVU's
I'm not
good
a
as
big
fuck.
fan. She loves it, dude.
I
She
think I
loves
just
it.
I
It's
think
one
I
of her
just like
favorite
it.
shows.
I think I just like it because I used to watch it with my grandpa growing up, and I was like, damn, dude, these are crazy cases.
Yeah.
These are some
It's
wild cases, dude.
Ashley watches it just like casual viewing all the time, like how people turn on The Office or something. Like she'll just turn on like SVU and like play it in the background while she's doing stuff, or just like watch it casually. She loves the show, so I've seen a lot of it. So like I've seen a ton of it, so I've tried getting into it, and it's just not my thing. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
dog.
Which is weird because I love crime shows. I love crime shows. I love crime movies, like documentaries, but like also like mini series. I just can't get into SVU for some reason, and
Dog,
I've tried.
have you ever seen the episode where John Stamos is just like a serial impregnator? Like he has like 200 illegitimate children,
Yeah,
and
I've
he's
seen
just like
parts of
spreading his
it.
scene around. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I love love just
Yeah.
having all these kids. You're like,
I remember
what the
seeing
fuck,
it.
John Stamos?
And I saw it, and I was like, "Yeah, they got John Stamos for that role." Of course, they're like, "We're gonna get a really handsome dude to be the guy who does it." And
I
they're
mean,
like,
yeah,
"Who's-"
it's the
and they're
casting
like, "Who
choice
can we
makes
get?"
sense.
Well, it's also like apparently with that show, a lot of like just big celebrities are like fans of that show because it's been on for so long, where there's just like a lot of people who love that show. And so there's a lot of like people who become really big names. And then they're like, I'd love to just like guest star on SVU sometime. And then SVU is like, yeah, let's set it up. Like, and it's literally just wish fulfillment for like a lot of like bigger name people, like probably like a John Stamos or something. Like people who don't need it as a credit, like their career is fine, but like they do it
Yeah.
because they want to do it.
It's a
There's also
little
a lot of
weird.
people who were on that show before they were a big star too, because that's like a stepping stone show because they have so many roles to fill
Yeah,
on every episode.
Right,
And so
right.
it's like it's a big show where you could see young celebrities who are like really big stars now, but you can also see people who were on it when they were a big celebrity just because they were a fan of it.
Yeah, it's understandable to like take the role if you know, are like a young actor, but it's very weird to be an established, super established actor and be like, "Hey guys, I'd really love to play the role of serial rapist on your show."
It's not even, I don't think it's that crazy. Like, if you love that show and you love watching it and you're a big enough star where you know they'd be happy to have, like, you'd be a big get for them, and you're a fan of that show, and you're like, I'd love to just be a guest star in that show for an episode or two. You know, it's a paycheck for you, and it's also like you get to be in your favorite show or one of your favorite shows. Like,
Yeah, it's
that's
just not a
probably pretty
great
cool.
public image thing though, I think.
Yeah, but if you're John Stamos, it's like you're already like America's uncle, you know? Like it's hard to tarnish that image that he established for himself. Sure, you're a serial rapist in a couple episodes of SVU, but overall your career
He
is still
wasn't though.
America's
He wasn't
uncle.
in SVU. He was just fucking a bunch of women and impregnating them and then never talking to him again.
Yeah, there
You're
was
like, it's
John
sick.
Stamos in
It's
real
sick
life.
as but no, this is on the show.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like so
Oh,
yeah, it's like yeah,
yeah, I get what
like
you're saying.
like it's you know, he's still America's uncle. Like at the end of the day,
That's
nobody's gonna
Danny. That's
remember.
Danny Tanner. First of all,
Yeah,
that's America's uncle.
who's gonna remember like John Stamos for his like role in SVU? Everybody's gonna remember him for Full House forever. Like
Yeah.
that's
Also,
what he's
wait,
remembered
I
for.
gotta correct myself. You had it right. He is America's uncle. Danny Tanner was the dad. He's America's dad.
Yeah.
I got it. No, I'm correcting myself.
I
I'm
think
correcting
correct
myself, dude.
him and Dave Coulier, but more so
Yeah.
John Stamos. Everybody likes John Stamos. Dave Coulier was cool as a kid, but I think once you become an adult and realize Alanis Morissette wrote that song about him, you're like, maybe not as cool of a guy as I thought he
Yeah.
was.
You're like, was
He might
was
be a bad dude.
Uncle
Like,
Danny a fuckboy?
yeah.
How dare you hurt Alanis like that? She's my sweet, sweet angel. Don't you
It
ever
wasn't
hurt
Uncle
Alanis,
Danny.
dude.
What was Dave Coulier's name in the show, dude?
Or not Uncle Danny. Uncle is Uncle Jesse. Danny was the dad, and then Uncle Joey.
Joey.
Joey, yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I
Turns out
almost had to
Uncle
Google
Joey was
it.
a real fuckboy, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Uncle Joey was fucking with Alanis Morissette's emotions, man.
How dare he? She's a
Yeah.
fucking perfect woman, dude.
And then she wrote her most popular song of all time after that.
Is it her most popular song that is about him? Because
You ought to
I
know?
think
Yeah.
Ironic is her most popular song.
No, not a chance. You ought to know.
I
is
think
definitely
Ironic is
ahead of
definitely
it.
her biggest hit. We're on a metal podcast right now arguing about what is Alanis Morissette's biggest hit.
I guarantee it is You Ought to Know.
All right, like look Google. What is Alanis
I'm
Morissette's
looking on
biggest hit?
Spotify to see what has more
Spotify is not
plays.
an accurate thing about the
Oh,
charts.
dude. Ironic is way more plays than You Ought to Know by
Yeah.
about 200,000. Yeah. Let's see.
You're trying to come at me like I'm not a Morissette maniac over here, dude.
I guess you are, dude.
No,
I
I'm
didn't
kidding.
know,
I just
man.
know a few of her songs. I actually like her better as an actress than I do a singer. She was on
What did
Weeds
she
and
act in?
she was on a
Oh.
few episodes of Weeds and she occasionally like guest stars on like some TV shows here and there, but she's like a solid actress, dude.
I didn't know, dude. I didn't really know that. Let's see.
She's a cool
What
lady. I
was-
like Alanis Morissette, dude. Despite her being Canadian, I really like her a lot.
Yeah, I think you're probably right about this Ironic thing, dude.
I'm telling you, that's her biggest song. Like, it's pretty obvious that that's her biggest song.
Okay. All right. I think you're correct. Okay, on Apple Music, You Ought to Know is higher than Ironic, but that doesn't mean it has more plays necessarily. But on Spotify,
Dude,
Ironic is ahead of You Ought to Know because Spotify actually shows the
look up
plays.
actual
Spotify,
album sales, not this fucking Spotify and streaming bullshit, dude. Like, first of all, streaming numbers are like artificially inflated by all major labels, anyways.
all right. I mean, this is I gotta,
Just look up the chart peak position of each hit, and you're like, it'll be obvious what was the bigger song culturally. Can you sing the chorus of You Ought to Know?
no,
Could you sing the opening of
I
the
don't know.
chorus of Ironic? It's like rain. Everybody knows that song, dude.
Yeah, Ironic is the bigger one. I
Boom.
can't
Point
I
proven,
can't
dude.
get all the stats um exactly here off the top, but you know, I could tell that Ironic is the more popular one of all time. So
Yup.
definitely. It's got over 200,000
Told
more
you, dude.
plays on Spotify alone. I bet if I go to YouTube, it's probably got more plays.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm a
let's see.
Morissette maniac, dude. This is not
Alanis
good
Morissette.
podcasting. Why are
No,
you
but
trying
it's
to
I mean like I'm just trying to figure out how much okay, yeah. So Ironic on YouTube has 254 million views, but You Ought to Know has 82 million.
told you.
You Ought to Know on Spotify has like 260 million and then like or 240 million and then Ironic has like 460
Also,
million.
that song You Ought to Know might have just been more popular on Apple Music just recently because like that article came
Yeah.
out about like, oh, fucking Uncle Joey's a fuckboy.
I mean, that's been known. That's so old shit.
Yeah, but
But
it like
regardless,
recently came out in the news again.
yeah, I
Where like
maybe I didn't see it recently, but
no, like Dave Coulier was like talking about it. It was like, yeah, it does suck that like every time I hear that song, I think about what a dick I was.
tough luck, Uncle Joey. What do we
Yeah.
got? You know, it's like fucking should have thought your shit through. But yeah, he so that song You Ought to Know is about him. Even still, it's her second biggest song of all time. I guess is the point of all this. Like, you know, it's still sold a lot of fucking records, and it
This
happens to be about
podcast
that guy.
this podcast has been a series of pointless arguments.
I mean, if you want to talk about some crazy charting positions, we could talk about Knocked Loose and go back to fucking hardcore shit.
Well, we're over an hour right now
All right.
on the pod. So I think we should probably wrap up, but what do you
Or how about we'll skip Knocked Loose? We'll just in the least surprising news this week, Kid Rock uses racial slurs and reportedly waves gun during an interview, which is pretty funny. And also not surprising at all. I guess like he said the N-word multiple times in the interview, and then
what's funny about that, Kyle? Explain it.
because it's like not surprising at all. Like,
Yeah.
you know. But he also I guess he was talking about Trick and he said he's the hardest hitting N-word in Detroit. And from the writing of it, they put an R at the end.
Yo.
They put an R at the end of it too.
Whoa. I mean, even if he
So
was saying the other version, it's like Kid Rock, you can't do that. But whoa, dude. He brought Trick into it? Wow.
yeah, and so he was getting interviewed in his home, and he was in his home studio to hear some of his new music, and the reporter noted that was at the moment the interview took a turn for the worse. At one point, Kid Rock pulled out a black handgun from behind his chair and waved it around, and he goes, and I got a fucking goddamn gun right here if I need it. Rock asserted, I got them everywhere. Like, he's talking about like the election and shit. He's like, and he's like, I'm voting for Trump. He's like, you think I like Trump because he's a nice guy? He said, I'm not electing a deacon of the church. That motherfucker likes to win. He likes to cheat in his fucking golf game. I want that guy on my team. I want the guy who goes, I'm gonna fight for you. It's like, you want the guy who cheats in his golf game? That's why you want this fucking guy? Like, what are you talking about,
I mean,
dude? That's such a weird basis to want a president. It's like, he cheats in his golf game, so I know he's a dude who should be in the White House. It's like, no, that's who shouldn't be. Which is funny because I've heard this before too. Is that like Trump likes to cheat in golf? Like he'll pick up the ball or like just drop a ball, and like he'll walk to a place that he likes and then just drop the ball and go, "My ball was here," and then just hit from there. Like,
It's kind of sick, dude. It's kind of
yeah,
sick to just be like, yeah, I'm
he's like,
playing it where it lies. It
yeah,
lies right here
yeah,
where
that's what
I
he
say
does.
it did.
I've heard this like before. Like this
Yeah,
is
I've heard it
exactly
before
what he
too.
does.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Like just playing golf with somebody, like you see it, you see them hit it, and it clearly goes into the woods, and then they just walk to the green, drop the ball on the green, and they're like, "I was here." Like, okay, you're the president. I guess you were here, man. Yeah, this is your golf course.
Can you guys
So
believe I shot 12 under today? That's
yeah.
crazy. 12 under par, and I'm just a 70. I'm just the president.
And
That's
they're like,
crazy.
"No, Mr. President, we can't believe it. You were robbed of the election as well." They're still calling him Mr. President.
I'll
Oh
say,
man,
yeah, yeah. Anyways,
that's insane. But it's so funny, man. He's just like got an interviewer at his home, and then Kid
yeah,
Rock's
dude.
just fucking
I'm not
waving a
voting for
gun
Trump
around.
or Biden. I'm voting for RFK Jr., dude. I want to listen
Yeah.
to that guy's insanely gravelly voice for the next 4 years. I actually want him to be a two-term president. I want 8 years of hello, people of America. Just that for 8 fucking years straight.
Hey, you're not the only one. There's a lot of people, man.
Oh
I
my
don't know.
God.
I don't know where I stand on it.
That
Dude,
hurt to
you want to
even
hear
do.
the ending of this article is so fucking
Yo,
funny. Kid
RFK sounds
Rocco.
like fucking Batman, dude. Sorry, go ahead.
So the ending of this article is hilarious. Kid Rock goes, "Would you do me a favor?" And then Rock asks Peisner at the end of the interview, after the musician made multiple attempts to halt Peisner from leaving his house, he goes, "Just write the most horrific article about me. Do it. It helps me." that's that's a
I mean,
direct quote from Kid
he's
Rock.
he's not wrong about that though,
We're
because
talking about it for a reason.
well, I'm
Yeah.
not that this podcast is gonna help him, but I'm
No,
just
but
like,
yeah.
dude, because his fans see that this article comes out and they just double down. They
Yeah.
triple
And
down and
you know
just
what
buy his
helps him?
shit even harder.
Yeah, well, it's not even that our podcast is helping him. It's we're talking about it because it was written about on Loudwire, and Loudwire helps him. Like if they write about him, he gets more streams. You know, people are like, "Oh yeah, Kid Rock's a thing. Maybe I'll go listen to his song today." Like,
Yeah, dude.
you know, like
I
yeah.
might I
And
might
then,
pop on Ba with the Ba right after this podcast.
dude, Ba With a Ba still rips. I'll still hold.
It does
Well,
not rip, dude.
yeah, dude.
No, it
Ba With
does
a Ba.
not.
My name is Kid.
It does not rock, dude.
Dude, when
I
he
could smell
comes
a
out to
pig
that,
from a mile away.
when he comes out to that at fucking Woodstock 99, that video is sick, dude. It's like blistering hot out and he's wearing a full like fur trench coat. Like, he comes out with a giant like fedora on and shit, like all white. He's got red like Adidas track pants, rips off the fur coat, and he's
Yeah,
just got a white wife beater, red Adidas track pants, and then he just goes, "My name is Kid."
I would
Like,
argue
dude.
that that Woodstock 99 getting so hyped to it is an indicator that it does not rip.
I think it does rip,
All
dude.
those people that fucking burned down shit, and there's a
Kid Rock's
bunch of
new
rape.
metal era. Kid Rock's new metal era is fucking sick, and I will not hear any slander otherwise. His current stuff and many years past has been garbage, but that album, man, Devil Without a
No.
Cause,
He's
come
always been
on.
trash, dude. Come on.
No, dude.
Come
Nah.
on,
He had like
bro.
a good album or two, maybe, and then it was over.
I put your picture away. You
Nope,
like that
not
song,
including
dude?
that.
You like that
Nope,
song?
I don't. I do not like that one.
Liar.
That's not it for me, man. It's not what like the it's not the fucking
Sat
Kid
down
Rock that
and cried today.
it was yeah, no, I you know what? I'm looking at his second album,
3
Cocky.
damn
I don't like anything
days.
from it. That so the only album I like is Devil Without a Cause. And not even the whole album. There's just a few songs, you know. Cowboy, Ball with a Ball, Devil Without a Cause. Come
What's
on.
this? What's the song where he just steals the riff from Sweet Home Alabama?
Oh man, I
What
forget
song
what
is that,
that.
dude?
All Summer Long. It's
All
literally
Summer
his top
Long.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Sweet Home Alabama, and then he like there's another riff in there too that was stolen. It's like an amalgamation of stolen riffs.
It's
Like,
crazy.
that whole
That song's
song,
that's the
yeah.
fact that that song exists is fucked up.
And
But
I think the lyrics are like stolen too, right? Like he like used some other lyrics from another song in it.
I don't know. That'd be wild.
I think he did. But anyways, this has been fun, man.
It's
This
been
has
a
been a
good app.
good one. Yeah, thank you for listening, everybody. This is Unless You Live Hardcore. You can follow us on social media at Unless You Live Hardcore. I am Kyle Forsyth on Instagram. Follow me there. Jake.
I'm at Comic Jake Ford on Instagram. You can follow me there. Follow me at Comic Jake Ford on TikTok before America bans it.
Come out to my birthday show on May 31st if you hear this and you want to come see me do
No,
comedy
don't
and you're
come
in
to a
the
show,
area.
dude. Don't come to a show. See how that feels? Don't come to a Kyle show, dude. It's just this. What are you turning 30 this year?
Yeah.
You're turning 30? Who gives a fuck? How about that, dude? Who cares? See how that feels?
26 people so far care. So I need more. I need more to care.
Oh, wow, dude. What is it? It's a 200 capacity seat room, right?
240. Yeah. So need that to
I'm
pick up,
fucking with you.
everybody. So
I'm just
all
fucking
of
with
our
you.
listeners need to buy a ticket.
Kyle just wishes ill will on my comedy career all the time. He's like, I hope your fucking show gets canceled.
That's why I think it's just funny
So
that you're doing it back. Dude, it's hilarious.
I
to
have
me.
to give
Yeah.
you a sweet little
Yeah.
taste of your own medicine, dude.
All right. Thanks everybody for
I hope
listening.
it's bitter as fuck. All right, I'm kidding.
We'll
Bye.
see what happens. Bye.